Hi there, humans. Welcome to another episode of Trigger Point Yin. I'm Meg Kokovai, and I'll be leading you through your practice. Today, we will need a lacrosse ball, and I think that's it. So, we're going to get set up in a seat to start. You can find either a cross-legged position or kneeling or sitting in a chair, and hold yourself tall. You can get out any wiggles before you come to stillness, whether that's through rolling out your neck or giving yourself a little twist. And then blink your eyes to close or let your gaze rest out gently in front of you. Slow down your breath, noticing where you can feel it. Feeling the clothes move on your skin. Feeling your chest rise and fall, your belly rise and fall. And maybe even feeling the breath pass by your nostrils. Sit to your tallest, stretching up through the crown of your head. Stay long on all sides of your neck and relax your shoulders out of your ears. Let your arms be heavy and your hands rest on your legs. Feel your sit bones ground down and your legs get heavy. We'll take a few rounds of box breath together. So exhale all of your air. Inhale through your nose for 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale and keep that going. Notice as you breathe what sort of thoughts are populating your mind. Notice if you're feeling grounded in your body or like you're floating off into the past or into the future. And see if you can use the rhythm of your breath and what sensation you can feel to keep yourself here. Keep that breath going. Today we're going to get into the lower back. We're going to work with the Quadratus Lumborum. And we're going to start by warming up the hips and lower back. So you can come off of any prop, set those aside, and come onto all fours. Stack your shoulders over your wrists, your hips over your knees. Feel a long neutral spine to start. And then you're going to keep the shoulders and chest stable. We're going to do cat-cow, but only in the hips. So as you inhale, pick the tailbone up as if you were pouring the pelvis out the front of the body. As you exhale, draw the tailbone down underneath you as if you were trying to point it towards your knees. Again like that, inhale, tailbone picks up, pelvis tilts forward. Exhale, rounding the lower back, tweeze the sit bones and point the tailbone down. Take a few more rounds on your own. Inhaling, spreading the sit bones, tailbone high. Exhale, tweezing the sit bones, rounding the lower back. And try and keep the shoulders, the neck, the chest as relaxed as possible here. So the action really stays in the hips and lower back. take one more round, and then I'll demo what we're going to do next. You're going to find your lacrosse ball, and I didn't mention this at the beginning, you're also going to need a wall, because we're going to be in legs up the wall for this posture. And the QL is the muscle in the lower back on either side of the spine that is in this sort of empty, squishy space. So you have your hip crests and you have your lowest set of ribs, and then you have this sort of empty space, and the QL is in there, up close to the spine. So getting into the lower back is tricky because the lower back tends to arch when you put pressure on it, right? You can't just lay flat on your back and put a lacrosse ball in close to the spine. It'll move away from the pressure. So we're going to move at a diagonal into the QL, so pushing the lacrosse ball at an angle in towards the spine rather than straight towards the front of your body. And we're going to do that with legs up the wall. So I'm going to demo my right side. You'll scoot your hips close to the wall, and then swing your legs up, and your butt can be a few inches away from the wall. It doesn't need to be touching the wall. And then take your lacrosse ball, lift your hips up, and you're going to press it into the QL, so in between the hip crest and the ribs, in that floating space. And then you're going to cross your legs over in the direction of the lacrosse ball. So again, the lacrosse ball is on my right side, so I'm crossing my legs over to the right to lean my hips over to the right and put the pressure onto that right side. So the lacrosse ball is still coming into the QL at an angle. This is one option. The second option is to totally drop the right leg off of the wall and bring the knee onto the ground. So my thigh is on the ground, my foot is still pinned up against the wall, but it could be even tucked in closer into my hip if that's more comfortable for you. And then you can hang out here. So my lifted leg, my left leg, is still at an angle. It's not at 12 o'clock, it's at 1:30. And as you rest here, make sure that your head is fully relaxed, your neck is fully relaxed, your arms are comfortable, your shoulders are fully grounded. And you can feel gravity pressing down on your foot, whether one or both legs are lifted, feel those thigh bones plug back into the sockets. And you can stay here, breathing into sensation. And again, you can stay here as long as you like. I'm going to come out of it, but you can always pause the video and come back to it when you're ready. So when you're ready to come out of it, you can take the lacrosse ball out and come back to a legs up the wall. And then hang out here for a few breaths. Allow your lower back to relax. Allow your legs to relax. And when you're ready to come off of the wall, you can pull your knees into your chest, give yourself a squeeze, and then roll off of the wall. And then for a stretch for the lower back, we're going to take a twist today. An option to have a bolster or some other pillow nearby in case you want it. So I'm going to again come onto my back, and I'm going to have this bolster over on my left side. My left leg is going to be fully extended, and I'll pull my right knee in towards my chest. I'm just going to hold it here, maybe wag the knee back and forth a little bit, get some movement in the hip. And you'll squeeze in, deep inhale. As you exhale, move the right leg over to the left across the body, and you can land it on a pillow, Or if you don't want that involved, you can bring it all the way to the ground, or it might float off of the ground. But the upper back is going to stay fully grounded. So you can pick up the left shoulder blade, move it over to the left, put it back down. That'll make sure that the upper back is as broad as possible. You don't need to wrench on this leg or pull it down. You can just let gravity do the work here. And breathe into your twist. Twists create compression in our bellies and our rib cages, and you can press the breath out into that to extend the stretch and the twist. When you're ready to come out of it, draw your knee back up through center. You can pull that knee back into your chest, and then fully extend the leg and lay flat for a couple of breaths. Then you can set yourself up for the other side, pulling the other knee in and moving it across your body. And typically when I'm doing trigger point exercises in class, I will do one trigger point and one stretch or yin posture, completing one side before I move on to the other side. So I would do the right side QL trigger point and then the right side twist, and then come back around, left side QL trigger point, left side twist. But it can be more convenient to do both of the trigger points at the same time, just one side and the other, and then both stretches at the same time, one side and the other. It's okay to do it either way. Again, when you're ready to come out of your twist, you can bring your knee back through center, squeeze it in. Then fully extend your leg and lay flat. Notice how your body feels. And you can stay in that supine shavasana shape for as long as is available to you. I do recommend staying as long as you have time for. Most of us don't get enough time to rest and just check in. So yeah, hang out there. And until next time, I hope you can let something go.